Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another part of my music pickups video series. I believe this is like part 4 or 5 now. I got quite a few CDs since last time, and yeah, a lot of it's non-metal related. But let's just start off with my best pickup, one of my best pickups ever. Brand new, The Devil and God Are Raging Inside Me. This album is amazing. It's in my top 5 albums of all time. It's just very powerful stuff. Yeah, nothing much to say. It's just, I just highly recommend this. It's hard to explain it, but I now have the whole discography for brand new. This was the last one I needed. 4 studio albums. Next we have Children of Bodom Halo of Blood Deluxe Edition. I already had the standard edition, but I didn't have this deluxe digipack. Comes with a DVD of the making of the album, and the CD is basically the same, but it has a bonus track, Sleeping in My Car, which is a cover of a Roxette song. These guys are one of my favorite bands, so I decided to buy it. Next we have another really good pickup. Queens of the Stone Age, the first album. Like, I could not believe I found this. It was $20, but it was worth it. I now have the full discography, studio albums. This one's probably my least favorite of theirs, but there's some good tracks on there. Pretty good. And we have Queens of the Stone Age, Over the Years and Through the Woods. It's a live CD and DVD double pack. I've watched the DVD. It's a good show, good performances, and the CD is pretty good. Next we have Dream Theater, Black Clouds and Silver Linings. I know absolutely nothing about this album, but I bought it anyway because I want to build up a Dream Theater collection. I do like them, so yeah, I'm interested in listening to this soon. Next, Anthrax, Among the Living. I picked this one up because it's considered to be their best album, and I have to say it's really good. I already listened to it. The title track's good. Caught in a Mosh, I Am the Law, One World, Indians, all good stuff. Good thrash metal. And Slayer, Rain and Blood. I'm not the biggest Slayer fan, but I picked this album up because it's considered to be their best. Some popular tracks include Angel of Death, Postmortem, Raining Blood, Criminally Insane. Good stuff. I have listened to it. It's pretty good. I do plan on getting a few more Slayer albums in the future. Next, we have another digipack, Avenged Sevenfold, Live in the LBC, and Diamonds in the Rough. I haven't seen the DVD yet, but I have listened to the CD. I really like this packaging. It's pretty cool. I'm not the biggest Avenged Sevenfold fan anymore. In fact, I downright hate their newer stuff. Like, I only really listen to the first 2 albums. But this is a 2008 release, and some of these songs are pretty good. The CD is just a collection of B-sides and songs that they couldn't fit on their self-titled album from 2007. There's 2 covers, Flash of the Blade by Iron Maiden and Walk by Pantera, which are kind of mediocre. There's also alternate versions of Almost Easy and Afterlife, but this isn't really the greatest thing. Some of these songs are pretty filler, but it's for my Avenged Sevenfold collection because I have pretty much everything else. I don't even know why I bought their newer albums, but whatever. Next we have Machine Head, The Blackening Special Edition, as it says. It comes with a DVD with the making of and live performances, music videos. I haven't seen that yet, but I have listened to the album. It's really good. This is a really good metal album. I highly recommend it. There's not many songs, but they're really long. Beautiful Morning, Aesthetics of Hate, and Halo are pretty good. There's also 2 covers, Hallowed Be Thy Name by Iron Maiden and Battery by Metallica, which are pretty good. Next we have Iron Maiden, No Prayer for the Dying. Considered to be one of their worst albums. Mother Russia and Holy Smoke are okay songs, but it's mostly just mediocre. And the one that came after it, Fear of the Dark, a little bit better than the previous one. The title track is a favorite of mine. But I'm slowly building up my Iron Maiden collection, as you can see. I have them all from the first album up to Fear of the Dark. So I need the X Factor, Virtual 11. What comes after that? Oh yeah, Brave New World, I already have that one. Dance of Death I need, A Matter of Life and Death I need, and The Final Frontier. So building up that very slowly. Next we have Billy Talent, the first album. I already have the first album, but this was a different packaging. It's a reissue, I believe, with a bonus disc, which is basically the whole album with demo versions and live versions of the songs. But Billy Talent's a pretty good Canadian rock band, in case you haven't heard of them. And their first album is by far the best, so I picked it up. Next we have Nirvana Bleach. This is a reissue special packaging. Pretty cool. There's a big art book. There's also there's also a live show included with the CD. It's a pretty long CD. There's like 25 tracks. Can't believe they fit all that on one disc. But that pretty much finishes my Nirvana studio discography. I finally have them all now. There's not a whole lot to it, just 3 albums, but I got them. Next we have 9 Inch Nails, Broken. It's a short little EP with 6 songs, and I believe 2 bonus songs that aren't listed. But this packaging's pretty weird. It folds out like that, but yeah, it's pretty good stuff. I've been getting into 9 Inch Nails lately. It's pretty good. And we have their newest album, Hesitation Marks. I haven't listened to this yet. I don't know what to expect from it. Hopefully I'll enjoy it. Next, I don't have a whole lot more metal stuff here. The Essential Judas Priest, 2 discs, a shit ton of songs, like 34, 35 songs. Really good. All the main hits are there. Live, Throwing Copper. This was $5 at HMV, and I decided to pick it up. They're kind of like a 90s alt-rock band. They're the band that does that song Lightning Crashes, in case anyone's wondering. But there's some other good songs here too. Overall, pretty good CD. Foreigner, Jukebox Heroes, basically a hits album. This was also cheap. A lot of these CDs I'm going to show now were like really dirt cheap. So I decided to pick them up. Foreigner, they have a few songs I like. Double Vision, Cold as Ice, stuff like that. Dr. Dre, The Chronic. I don't know. I don't really listen to rap, but I don't know. Probably some good stuff on here as far as rap goes. But I have both Dr. Dre's albums now. Korn, Take a Look in the Mirror. This album is very average. I'm not a big Korn fan, to be honest, but this was, once again, this was cheap, so I picked it up. Next, Yes, Fragile. Yes is a prog rock band, and this is considered to be one of the greatest prog albums ever. Roundabout is a good song. South Side of the Sky is my personal fave. Heart of the Sunrise, Mood for a Day. Plus there's 2 bonus tracks. Really good album. Next we have Lynyrd Skynyrd. It's a... I don't even know the name of the album. I think it's just Greatest Hits. It's, yeah, just a bunch of hits. The only song that's missing is Tuesday's Gone. Like, I don't know why it's not here for some reason. But all the other hits are there. The Best of the Rolling Stones, Jump Back. This is the second Rolling Stones Greatest Hits album that I have. This one has mostly the same stuff, but it has some different stuff as well. Like Miss You, which I think is a bit newer in their discography. Alice in Chains, Jar of Flies. Pretty short album, 7 songs. But some really good stuff, like Nutshell, No Excuses. Those are the 2 that stick out. I only listened to it once, but it was pretty good. Good grunge. Ozzy Osbourne, Bark at the Moon. Not really his greatest album. The title track is good, but that's all I can remember from that. The Who, Meaty, Beady, Big and Bouncy. It's kind of like a compilation, I guess. It has some good songs. I Can See for Miles, My Generation, The Seeker, Pinball Wizard, Magic Bus. The Who, Who's Next? I haven't listened to this one yet, but I know some of the songs off the back. Baba O'Reilly, Going Mobile, Behind Blue Eyes, Won't Get Pulled Again. Cheap Trick, Dream Police. I listened to this once. I don't really remember half the songs from the first listen. The title track I do know. There's a lot of bonus tracks of this too, but I picked it up, it was cheap, so. And Cheap Trick at Budokan, the live album. Very famous album. Yeah. Don't really have much to say about these. These are bands that I don't really listen to a whole lot, but I decided to pick these up because they were cheap. Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood, 20th Anniversary Expanded Edition. It doesn't even tell you the songs on the back. You have to take the disc out of its sleeve. But yeah, glam rock. Don't really have an opinion on it. Stevie Ray Vaughan in Double Trouble, Texas Flood. I'm not a big blues guy, but this is a pretty decent album. My favorite would be Rude Mood, which is an instrumental, a very insane instrumental. This is also probably his most popular, I think. It has Pride and Joy and Texas Flood on it, so yeah. Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever. Once again, very cheap. I think it was like $5. Some good songs, Free Fallin', I Won't Back Down, Running Down a Dream. Those are like the big hits. I don't recognize any of these other songs, but I haven't listened to it yet. To get around to that. Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle. Kind of like classic rock. There's the title track. Take the Money and Run, Rockin' Me. Those are some hits from that album. And last but not least, we have Peter Frampton, the Greatest Hits album issued by Icon. Yeah, Peter Frampton. I don't know a whole lot, but Do You Feel Like We Do live? That's an amazing song, 14-minute epic. And that reminds me, I do have another Icon CD, which I'm going to show right now. Well, I'm at it, I'm just going to show this here. This is my CD shelf, but yeah, I have Megadeth Icon too.